What's up, everybody? I'm here to talk one more time about some Acura Integra leaks, kind of do an all for one, and to show some things I have not shown before. I've had to dig a little deeper into the car than I've wanted to, but having the leaks, knowing that I live in East Tennessee, so it does rain, and I don't want to have any water under my seats or filling up any of my tire well or anything. So basically the tail light gaskets and grommets I replaced. I still had leaks. All this stuff here I've replaced. Second, after that, I cleaned out, if anyone is curious what the moonroof tube looks like, it's right here. And it connects, I wanted to show this part right here. There's a hole over there somewhere. We're going to see it right there. Anyway, right behind those wires there's a hole, and that hole leads to your rear tire well, and the water comes from that tube from the moonroof down into there, into this. So this tube just sits right in there, so you can pull that tube out and clean it. This part, it's pretty durable for the most part, so I think pulling it in and out is not going to be a problem. But you're going to have to wiggle it in. You want to get one side, if you'll see, in onto the other side. So you want to sandwich those sides onto it to make a seal. Now, one thing you're going to see here, this thing just kind of squeezes open like that, so it closes back down. So if you get a seed in there or just the smallest of something and it happens to close that up, you're looking at problems. So everybody out at the Acura dealership and some people I've talked to said just to cut it off. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this piece off, not the whole thing, but just, I guess I'm just going to cut right around there and just take this closement part out. That way I'll get 100% water into there. So the water tubes can be a problem for your leak. Third to that, I've noticed, if you take out your tail lights, there are seam cracks in a lot of the Integras. So here was where I took some silicone black RTV and there was a crack in the seam. Also, you'll see there's some clear there. So once I took those out and knew what to look for, my third step was to seal up all of those seams. It took me a couple tries, but it just rained and rained and rained, and so far there's absolutely no water coming from the tubes, the back here, even before I've even cut these. So everything's been dry. So the RTV silicone and cleaning out those tubes has been good in the heavy rain with the back of the car. Now that leads me to my next part of making a new video. Let me move around here. Alright folks, I've got everything out back here. I had a leak, if anyone's watched my other videos, about right here on my speaker I would have drips. It would come down to here and then down in here and kind of fill this part of the car up. Could eventually come into this part and fill with water. Now you've got your side panels on, so you can't even get to this stuff, and if your seats are in, you probably wouldn't even know it. Hopefully the rain just dissipates and the water if it gets sunny, but if it rains and rains and rains, it probably could smell. I'm not sure, I haven't let it get to that point, but I couldn't find the source of the leak. It rained the other day, I had no water in the back, but yet I still had this drip coming down right about right here where the speaker would be. So I put a jug there and it filled it up overnight. So it has to be coming from up here. So I've eventually, I'm going to show you all now. Oh, this is a tight fit, kind of in the old Integra. But I took the headliner out So I thought some of you all might want to see what it looks like. So if you get up in here, you'll know what to look for. Now, I finally did find the leak by pouring some water, at least at one spot. I've got some more tests to do, but right here, when I poured water on the top where my rear washer nozzle is, drip, right here, where this is the tube for my coolant, or not coolant, but to squirt out the now it wasn't leaking. You probably will not be able to see up in there with the light, and I may do another video with the flashlight, but as soon as I dripped water on there, it was dripping just straight down onto this tube and just drip, drip, drip. So the headliner would be here, so the headliner would just be filling up. Now there's a seal that goes here, so the water could have really just ran straight out probably once it was tied. So I think it just ran over and into the metal and just leaked down into and onto the speakers. That's what I'm hoping. I definitely am seeing water coming in here. So let me see. I'm messing with it here. You can just see it. Just, you can move it. And, it turns. And I'm going to take it out here in a little while. But so far, that's the source of the water. I'll edit in a picture of the headboard. Underneath, you could see where it had been saturated, kind of similar. If you see the water pattern on this back cardboard, you can tell that this card had a lot of water, especially on this side, has leaked into it over time. The car's been repainted, so it's hard to know, but I have a feeling it's set in the sun and just it's been repaired over here. I have found out since getting the car. So anyway, at this point, if anyone is wanting to still kind of know what it looks like, what they're looking for, the Moonroof tubes, I'll give you guys a shot of those. So here's that tube that I showed you from the back, and it comes up and it just connects with like a butterfly clip, and you can, there's the tube. And now this is the moonroof tray. So when this fills up with water, it comes in this tube and then goes out. Now I think the tray, I don't know because it's not raining, I don't know if this is where the tray fills up eventually, if it backs up. And I'm not, that's what I mean, I still have to find out when I pour some water in, is if the tubes are backed up. But they look clean to me, at least at the connections. I don't know if there's some tar or sap up in this area. So, but I do know that this is definitely a problem. So I'm going to try to figure it out. I ordered a new one down at the dealership, which is only a couple miles from my house, and hopefully that will get it. For some reason this side did not leak the other night because I blew compressed air, so I thought maybe I just didn't get all the compressed air on this side, but this side does look pretty good. And it really wasn't raining that hard the other night, but I still had the leak there, so I'm going to replace that. I really kind of would like to just do a delete. I'm thinking about, well actually I'll show you all right here, kind of off the video, but a rear wiper delete. I've got a password JDM rear wiper delete plug. It's pretty cool. So I was thinking about just deleting this whole thing together and just capping it up to avoid future leaks, because like I say, if that's leaking into the headliner, if it's leaking into the headliner and then coming over into the sides, you're gonna have to take the seats out, the back seat completely out, the side panels, and all kinds of stuff to get to this stuff. So anyway, I'll try to show some more looks here in case anybody's wanting to see it. If it's a sloppy video, my apologies. So There's the tube. Guess that's the motor. That's where the coolant, the washer tube goes, and that goes all the way over there, and then down through the car, probably down into the front. So there's those, I believe, and so there's your other tube. Now, in the front, just kind of walk you around there. In the front, there's your moonroof tube. So just on all four corners. So you can check those, blow them with some compressed air. That one does look like it may have some, no, it looks alright. They actually look really good. And so anyway, it's come to me taking the car almost completely apart on the inside. But I would have bet $1 million I thought that these were leaking. But apparently it's just this nozzle. The fact that it leaks so bad and so much from one spot, still makes me a little curious. But these are some of the things that you'll be reading about online, talking about in the forums, or if you go to mechanic, these tubes. And like I say, they roll down, come out to there, go into that plastic nozzle that's there, which they're telling me to recommend is to cut the part that actually closes up towards the end. Just give it free flow, 100% out the door, out the rear wells. To test that, pour water in your sunroof tube when your moonroof's open, and you should be able to watch the water go down. I'll try to make a video on that. I've got some things to do today. I'm running out of time, but hopefully I'll get this part tomorrow, put it in, maybe do a video on that, and get these leaks fixed, and get my car back together. As y'all can see, it's pretty bare bones. So here's the newly doctored piece. So now it just is full open, so the water can just release fully, as compared to this one. Kind of shuts up, see? So I'm gonna take care of that one too. So that's one thing you can do.